Hey humans. Welcome to Read to Me, Matt Dunn. I'm Matt Dunn, and I'm going to read to you. We're going to keep reading Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. We're on chapter 16, part 2. We're in the middle of a proposition where creature Frankenstein is asking the doctor for a girlfriend. I don't think it's a good idea, personally, but my opinion is garbage. Woof. Birds. Let's continue. You propose, replied I, the doctor, to fly from the habitations of man, to dwell in those wilds where the beasts of the field will be your only companions? How can you, who long for the love and sympathy of man, persevere in the exile? You will return and again seek their kindness, and you will meet with their destination. Detestation. Yeah, good. Detestation. Your evil passions will be renewed, and you will then have a companion to aid you in your task of destruction. Ooh, good call. Did not see that one coming. Ooh, this may not, may be not may be, it may not, no be not. It may not be, it may be not. This may not be. Cease to argue the point, for I cannot consent. Jesus, this is a mean thing to do say. What a dude. How inconstant are your feelings? But a moment ago you were moved by my representations, and why do you again harden yourself to my complaints? I swear to you, by the earth, which I inhabit, just like you, both inhabiters, and by you that made me, that, with the companion you bestow, I will quit the neighborhood of man and dwell, as it may chance, in the most savage of places. Spoiler, Fred Savage places. Anywhere that Fred Savage has been, lived, or could go in the future. Technically, Fred Savage wasn't born during this, so he actually predicted the savage in general, all savages. My evil passions will have fled, for I shall meet with sympathy. My life will flow quietly away, and in my dying moments, I shall not curse my maker. Boy, you had a strong word. That's like a bond. I guess this is back in the day when there was no television, when all you thought about was that bond you made 20 years ago. Well, what I'm going to do today, I don't know, but I made a bond about a guy 20,000 years ago. And it's the only goddamn thing I think about. Ugh. That's all there is. That was fun. Thought about a bond I made. Jeepers creepers. His words had a strange effect on me. I compassionated all over the place. Him, and sometimes felt a wish to console him. But when I looked upon him, when I saw the filthy mass that moved and talked, my heart sickened, and my feelings were altered to those of horror and hatred. Get over it, dude. I tried to stifle these sensations. I thought that, as I could not sympathize with him, I had no right to withhold from him the small portion of happiness which was yet in my power to bestow. You swear, I said, to be harmless? But have you not already shown a degree of malice that should reasonably make me distrust you? May not even this be a feint that will increase your triumph by affording a wider scope for your revenge? How is this? I thought I had moved your compassion. Yet again, oh, you got me, doctor. And yet you still refuse to bestow on me the only benefit that can soften my heart and render me harmless. The more you fucking toy with me, man, you're gonna piss me off and create more havoc. If I have no ties and no affections, hatred and vice must be my portion. The love of another will destroy the cause of my crimes, and I shall become a thing of whose existence everyone will be ignorant. He's really good. He should be a lawyer. Frankenstein, the lawyer. Attorney at law. My vices are the children of a forced solitude that I abhor, and my virtues will necessarily arise when I live in communion with an equal. Equal. She'll be my equal. I shall feel the affections of my sensitive being and become linked to the chain of existence and events from which I am now excluded. Oof. Seriously, he's got you, Adric. He's like, A, y'all suck. B, y'all suck. 2, I need a friend. And then, y'all suck. Makes a good point. I paused some time to reflect on all that he had related. Same, dude, same. And the various arguments which he had employed. I thought of the promise of virtues which he had displayed on the opening of his existence. Of course. And the subsequent blight of all kindly feeling by the loathing and scorn which his protectors had manifested toward him. Go on. His power and threats were not omitted in my calculations. Yeah, keep that shit in mind. He could like snap and then snap you. His power and threats were not... Anyway. A creature who could exist in the ice caves of the glaciers and hide himself from pursuit among the ridges of inaccessible precipices was a being possessing facilities it would be vain to cope with. After a long pause of reflection, I concluded that the justice due both to him and my fellow creatures demanded of me that I should comply with his request. Turning to him, therefore I said, I consent to your demand. On your solemn oath to quit Europe forever. Make your own Brexit, if you will. And every other place in the neighborhood of man as soon as I shall deliver into your hands a female who will accompany you in your exile. That does not sound great. I swear, he cried, by the sun and by the blue sky of heaven, that if you grant my prayer, while they exist, you shall never behold me again. This is the monster speaking. The creature. Let's not call him monster. Now let's not assume, because monsters are evil. This guy's not a monster. He just wants to be loved. Jesus Christ. Depart to your home and commence your labors. Commence it, God damn it. I shall watch their progress with utterable anxiety, and fear not but that when you are ready, you know I'll be there. I'll be there. I shall appear. That's what he said to him. Saying this, he suddenly quitted me. Fearful, perhaps, of any change in my sentiment, I saw him descend the mountain with greater speed than the flight of an eagle, and quickly lost him among the undulations of the sea of ice. Wow. He's like, you said it, you agreed, no take backsies. He fucking jumped out of the cave and disappeared. That's how you get him. That is how you get him. You trick him. You get him. You bolt. His tale had occupied the whole day. God damn it. The sun was upon the verge of the horizon when he departed. I knew that I ought to hasten my descent toward the valley, as I should soon be encompassed in darkness. But my heart was heavy, and my steps slow. The labor of winding among the little paths of mountains and fixing my feet firmly as I advanced perplexed me. Occupied as I was by the emotions which the occurrences of the day had produced. Night was far advanced when I came to the halfway resting place and seated myself beside the fountain. The stars shone in intervals as the clouds passed from over them. The dark pines rose before me, and every here and there a broken tree lay on the ground. It was a scene of wonderful solemnity, and stirred strange thoughts within me. I wept bitterly, and collapsing my hands in agony, I exclaimed, "Oh, stars and clouds, and the winds, of course, ye are all about to mock me. If ye really pity me, crush sensation and memory. Let me become as naught. But if not, depart, and leave me in darkness, you fucking sky." I'm so mad I'm yelling at the sky. Shit. These were wild and miserable thoughts, but I cannot describe to you how the internal twinkling of the stars weighed upon me, and how I listened to every blast of wind, as if it were a dull, ugly sriracha, what the fuck? Ugly sirocco on its way to consume me. I don't know what a sirocco. Morning dawned before I arrived at the village of Chamonix. But my presence, so haggard and strange, hardly calmed the fears of my family, who had waited the whole night in anxious expectations of my return. Yeah, they're like, "God damn it, dude. We got 2 family members dead, and you just go out missing in the middle of the night? Can you not? Can you not? You've been gone for 2 fucking years. Can you not?" The following day, we returned to Geneva. God. The intention of my father in coming had been to divert my mind and to restore my lost tranquility. But the medicine had been fatal, and unable to account for the excess of misery I appeared to suffer, he hastened to return home, hoping the quiet and monotony of a domestic life would by degree alleviate my sufferings, from whatever cause they might spring. For myself, I was passive in all their arrangements, and the gentle affection of my beloved Elizabeth was inadequate to draw me from the depth of my despair. The promise I had made to the demon weighed upon my mind, like Dante's iron cowl on the head of the hellish hypocrites. All my pleasures of earth and sky passed before me like a dream, and that thought only had to... excuse me. And that dream, and that me like a dream, and that only had me in the reality of life. Can you wonder that sometimes a kind of insanity possesses me, or that I saw continually about me a multitude of filthy animals, inflicting on me an instant torture that often escorted screams and bitter groans? By degrees, however, these feelings became calmed. I entered again into the everyday scene of life, if not with interest, at least with some degree of tranquility. Ooh, that was the chapter. That was the whole chapter. So, Dr. Victor Frankenstein, he totally has agreed to make another thing. I wonder if he's going to only use female parts, though. What if he used, like, half and half? And it would just be like, the creature would just be like, okay, I guess that'll do. I like creature because creature's like me. I don't discriminate because I'm not a hater. Yeah, I don't think that's what he sounds like. But anyway, if you'd like me to keep reading, and probably if you wish for me to stop talking such weird nonsense, check out some more of my videos and make sure you comment on what your opinions. I like to hear your opinions. Give me a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe up yonder. Probably in that area. Right here. Right here, probably. Who knows? Just whatever floats your boat. I'd like to help you float your boat. Because we're friends. You got it. You got it. You got it.